don't care now. You just rather watch me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. Into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in. You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. And now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, 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 oblivion. I'm going in. When the lights go down, I've seen hell in you, but you don't care now. You don't care now. You just rather watch me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion, oblivion. stars. Got it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. Now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the goal. Think about it, ring will tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all.
Hello and welcome to today's Ramina match. I'm joined here by Pogwi. Sorry, no Cam, but camera not working today. Nonetheless, I'm glad to have you. Thanks for joining me.
No problem. Thank you for having me, as always.
Alright, so Bench Warmer 0 versus Eagle Eye Academy Pangolins. Two teams coming in for today. Sorry about the stream info, a little bit late updating that. If it's still saying something else, just refresh your browser. Should be there, everything's set up. Of course, we can't start today's match without looking at the bracket view. So let's just jump in and see where these two teams are in the bracket going forward. So, Pogwi, any compositions you're expecting from these two teams?
I'd mainly say it's more map dependent. We've been seeing a lot of double bubble and brawl in the meta recently. Not sure about these teams, but I know in OWL, that's the meta.
Absolutely.
But it is pretty map dependent.
Well, the first map's going to be Nepal, as predetermined. What do you see for Nepal?
I'd see some double bubble, some brawl, mainly. I wouldn't really see any spam comps.
No spam comps but double bubble and brawl being there. We've seen a lot of brawl in this tournament so far, and these two teams will be the highest two teams that we've seen so far. Obviously, in round one we saw the 6th seeds and down playing against each other. Obviously, the top 5 seeded teams getting a bye due to the fact there's only 11 teams in the tournament. So we haven't seen either of these two teams playing just yet, but we will do very, very soon. Okay, so we've got about 20 minutes before the game starts. We're hoping to get some pre-match interviews in at some point, as Eagle Eye Academy do seem to be making their way into the Discord, relevant, correct Discord channels. We're just trying to get things set up before the scrim, obviously. As someone who's only really just joined the server for Ramrina, you're not really caught up just yet on the teams or what to expect from them.
No, I haven't really seen anything from any of these teams. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know who the teams are. But it'll be exciting to get to know them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Benchwarmer 0 they're all ready in the Overwatch chat, but they need to get into the Discord chats as well. So if they're watching, just a reminder, they need to use the Discord channels in the server. In fact, they are already appearing in there as well, so that's good to see. And that's a huge subscription from Despite OW subbing with Prime. Thank you for that. And just check we haven't had anything else that I've missed today. Getting a follow from Froppy OW as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to this scrim going forward. I think I got the colour settings set up right in Overwatch as well today, you know. Whew. Alright, so we have got a couple in the waiting room from Benchwarmer 0 and from Eagle Eye Pangolins. So without further ado, let's get underway with the interviews, and we're going to start with Benchwarmers 0 and I believe. Hello there. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us for an interview.
It looks like he's muted.
Indeed. Right. Okay. We'll start with. We'll get Excellency OW instead. Excellency, how's it going?
Yo, it's going pretty good. How about you guys?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, it's going good.
Thank you for joining us for a pre-match interview.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm happy to do that.
All right, so this is the first game. You're playing for Benchwarmer 0, right?
Correct.
Absolutely. Are you guys prepared for this one?
As prepared as we can be. No one knows for sure.
No one is sure if you're ready for Nepal, first map, obviously.
Oh yeah, we've been working on it for a few weeks now, so we should be somewhat confident in our gameplay there. So
yeah, Nepal is a personal favorite of mine.
Okay.
But that may be why I picked it. But obviously, you didn't play last week. You don't know Eagle Eye Academy Pangolins haven't played last week either. I'll just be referring to them as Pangolins going forward. Have you played against Pangolins before? Have you seen them play? Do you know what they like to run? Anything like that?
Not to my knowledge. Of course, we have been doing scrimming and whatnot, but I don't think we've been up against them before. So.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're expecting to win? Are you expecting to have it difficult today, or are you going to see this as easy?
I'm confident in my own gameplay at the moment, but I'm not sure as to what I should expect. I haven't actually. I don't know much about their team, so it's sort of like just head first dive. I'm very optimistic though.
I'm glad to hear the optimism. Is there a composition that you guys like to run without giving too much away? I mean, is there like a comfort pick?
Currently, our comfort pick is Brawl, but we are also quite comfortable with Double Bubble, which is a personal favorite of mine.
Double Bubble is a great composition to play. Really enjoyable.
It is.
Predictions are now out, by the way. If anyone wants to predict on their team, they can use those pack points to predict the outcome. If they get it right, of course, you will be rewarded with the pack points coming back. So good investment for that. And best of luck to Benchwarmer 0 in the match.
Thank you very much.
It doesn't look like we're going to get someone from Pangolins just a sec. I do believe it'll be Phoenix Tears as soon as Phoenix Tears is... Poached Egg, sorry, will be doing it. As soon as Poached Egg is in and ready. And there we go, Poached Egg in the waiting room, straight in. Hello, Poached Egg.
Hello.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us for a pre-match.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You excited for the game?
I am excited, but also nervous.
Everyone gets nervous for these games. You know, these are bigger than OWL games. You know,
Of course,
that's just
Arena 51 is taking on Owl.
yeah. Let's not take on Owl. I don't think we'd win that one. Despite went all in on bench warmers in the prediction. Oh my word.
Oh dear.
Despite traitor for you there.
I mean, we're definitely going into this as the underdogs. I expect that. We're a South African team, so we're obviously not very well known on the EU side. But we're a new team. We're full of energy, and we're really looking forward to playing. And it's our first proper tournament together, so we're just excited to get experience. And we've been doing really well in scrims, so we're just happy to play.
It's great to hear you've been doing well in scrims, and a South African team. There we go, representation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of support for you in chat, and even though Despite has gone all in on Benchwarmer 0, Pangolins with a severe pack point advantage, 68% advantage in the prediction. So they've definitely got the support in chat today.
Yeah, we definitely have some friends in Hunk Attack and maybe even some in Arena. So hopefully they'll be there to dry our tears or to cheer us on. So we'll see how it goes, and we appreciate it.
There's a lot of paladins in chat. Spam this
Paladin?
paladin to shout for pangolins. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't make that connection, but I suppose if it works, it works.
That's what everyone's chatting in chat, Phoenix Tears included.
Yeah, that's our manager. We also, big shout out to him. He's great, and he's done all the organizing for us.
Absolutely, Phoenix Tears done a great job getting you guys in. And not only that, but Phoenix Tears has been very generous to the Arena 51 community, giving a gifted sub out as well as some bits here and there, and obviously subbing themselves. So huge shout out to Phoenix Tears for all the support, and for all of you in chat who have subbed either with Prime or as just a paying subscriptions, gift subs, bits, follows, and even just watching us. You know, you're really making it so much more enjoyable to cast these matches, and we look forward to getting into the game. We've got about 10 minutes left before the game, so I'll leave you to go and finish up your warm-up processes. But thank you for joining us for a pre-match.
Thanks for having me, and good luck to Benchwarmers.
So, we saw the last time two very similarly seeded teams went head-to-head, that it was in fact the lower seeded team of those two, when we saw Hyonk Attack in their game against Athena Enoki on the first day of Ram Arena, the 8th seed versus the 9th seed. The 9th seed did come through with the 3-0 win, so I'm sure Eagle-Eyed Academy Pangolins going to be looking for that today. Benchwarmers, though, they don't want that to happen. They're going to be full against that, and going to play very well to stop that from happening.
Yeah, you said these were the two highest seeded teams, right?
That we've seen so far, yeah, the 4th and 5th seeded teams. Benchwarmers,
Okay.
Benchwarmers 0, the 4th seeded team, and Eagle-Eyed Academy Pangolins, the 5th seeded team.
Okay, so we're going to be looking for some pretty good coordination and team play.
Absolutely.
Good ult usage.
I mean, we've seen some great team play and coordination already. You only have to look at that beautiful frag video from week 1 made by none other than Orsio. Huge kudos to Orsio for making that. Really highlights the level of gameplay that we saw in week 1 with just 3 games. We've got 4 games for you this week. We've got Benchwarmers 0 versus Eagle-Eyed Academy Pangolins tonight, starting in about 8 minutes, and we're going to have Tomorrow we're gonna have 2 games for you. Exiled Knights versus Hyonk Attack. Starting a little bit earlier, starting at 5 o'clock CEST, the stream, and then the game will start at 5:30 CEST. We got a later game in the evening, DiamondPack, another team from Arena 51 for their first game against Epsilon JPC squad, and that'll take place at 8 o'clock CEST on the Saturday. And then on Sunday, finally, we've got the Battle of the Reds. Ram 1 versus Team Fire. Sorry, not Team Fire, just Fire. Habit. I will remove. Get that. Fire versus Ram 1 on that match number 7. Fire recently joining Arena 51 Gaming. We welcome them with open arms as they join the organization. Now up to 8 teams in total. Oh, we've had a redemption of emote-only chat. I don't know how to do that. Does it do it automatically then, does it?
I think emote-only chat is just the chat wanting to spam emotes, you know?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But yeah, I'm looking forward to all of these games this week, and I'm sure most of you here are as well. And a lot of you are following as well today, so very big thanks to everyone following today, joining us as members of the pack, as it were. But we're up nearing 800 followers, which is massive. Anyway, that's my marketing campaign done. Let's talk about Overwatch. Biggest and most important player on a team is definitely going to be the in-game leader, which is normally the main tank. And I'm really interested to see how these main tanks are going to be battling it out today.
Well, considering we're going to be seeing a lot of Brawl and Double Bubble, you'd expect to see a lot of Rhine v Rhines and a lot of Winstons in each other's backlines. So it'll be pretty exciting to see what these 2 teams come out with.
Yeah, I mean we're getting ready. I think if the as long as the thing is as long as it's the lobby is starting to get ready, and as long as the lobby is ready, we'll jump into the first map of Nepal. Coaches are in chats as well, so coaches can freely spectate, but they must remain muted for the first 2 maps. There'll be a small break after the first 2 maps. We'll go to a small intermission, and then they're allowed to do a little bit of coaching. And once they've done their bit of coaching, they will have to be muted again for the remaining games. Potentially, we'll put another break in after 2 more if it does go to a 5th game. But so far, we've been over in 3 every single match so far. But let's see if Pangolins and Benchwarmer Zero can make this a bit closer.
There's a lot of Pangolins fans in the chat.
Absolutely.
I'm seeing, so
yeah.
it's looking like they're gonna be like the main team people are rooting for.
65% of points have been used on Pangolins. A lot of support for their 10. Although, having said that, Pangolins, they have 10 voters with a lot of faith in Pangolins. Benchwarmer Zero have them 11 voters, just not as much faith, or haven't collected as many pack points to be able to vote for them. But it's very even based on the prediction, and we will see as the game goes on which side, or the side of caution or the side of gusto is gonna get the victory. I am really struggling for English today. I apologize.
Yeah, everyone has those days. You just can't speak.
Can't speak at all. Can't speak at all. Huge shout out to Config from Teaching Assistants for putting us in touch with Pogui. It's great to not be casting on my own, especially for a Ram Arena match. So it does mean a lot for you to be here.
Thank you, thank you. It's actually, I've never casted a game before, so it's quite an experience, you know. First time casting, see how it goes, I guess.
Absolutely, and taking that color casting position today, and learn on your feet. Best way to do it with a big tournament match, 50 viewers or so. Sure, you've got this on the bag, absolutely no problem. And I'm just gonna let the admin that stream is ready, and then we will hopefully, when the lobby is ready, should be getting straight into that game number 1 of Nepal. What's your favourite point on Nepal, Pogui?
I would say, I think it's actually got to be Village.
Village.
Just because, yeah, because like you could just sit on point, and no one can really shoot. If you have a good brawl setup on point, you cap point and you're free. You can do what you want. On the other maps, you got to sort of play around the map a bit more. But for Village, I'd say you can kind of just do what you want. There's not many restrictions to based on like where to play, and you can of course play Ryan.
That's true. If you do like Rhine, Village is going to be good for you. But you can play pretty much anything on that point. To be fair, like you can play spam. You can take the high ground above point on the other side of that middle section. But it is going to be Shrine. Is this Shrine? This is Shrine, isn't it?
I think so. I'm not really too sure about the names of the
Temple's the top one.
Nepal.
Yeah, so this is Shrine. Anyway, we're going to jump into Nepal. Let's get in. As they're getting ready for the game. And a quick rundown of the composition selected so far, Pogu.
Mostly Brawl. I'm surprised we're not seeing much Zarya, because I think Zarya allows you to be a lot more aggressive and just hold W. So, but yeah, we're seeing almost a mirror match coming out. You're gonna see Pangolins looking for the Mei wall to just aggress off that.
Absolutely, and Benchwarmers, they're pressing W now. There's got the beam damage of that Symmetra. A lot of damage coming in from that, but there comes down the Immortality Field, going to keep Pangolins alive, and it is Hemisphere and Duelist. They're going to get the picks needed, but Papa Nave is going to find one on the flip side, but it does look like Pangolins are going to win the first fight of the game.
Yeah, we saw Duelist spend his life to get a kill there, but it didn't really look like it hurt them because they already got 2 or 3 kills and everybody was slow. So they, I'd say they played it pretty well. They were pretty patient with how they played it. Yeah, and we're not really looking at any odds coming up.
No ults through the teams, but Benchwarmer's going to take this high ground again. Going to drop down. Maywall's going to just slow them down, but now there's no Maywall for the split. Maybe they can make something happen here. There's Track just trying to beam down that shield with that Symmetra beam, and that does so much damage. Down comes the window. Doesn't find anyone. It's Slam used. Again, not going to get anything off the back of that. Down comes the window as well, but Duelist coming back on the main tank is just getting the damage in, but then Fossey and Abu going to get the picks, and Benchwarmer 0 going to take the point now.
Yeah, we actually saw a Maywall from Hemisphere kind of ruin his Rhine there, making him miss the shadow on top of it. But then we saw a nice window from Ibu, just taking everyone down, mowing them down. Nothing they can do about that. But we're looking at a Blizzard and a Bomb here. Maybe they could be used in a combo.
Yeah, you got 4 ults online for Pangolins, 2 for Benchwarmers, yeah. And here they're coming in. Coming in now, Pangolins, and they're going to go in. They're going to activate the Proton Barrier. The Slam comes down, doesn't catch anything, but they still have the Mayo and the Bomb. As the Blizzard comes down in the back line, isn't going to catch much of Benchwarmers, although they are very spread out at the moment, Benchwarmers. They need to find something happen. And Tak and Fossey, they do make something happen. That's 2 picks for them. And May's really causing Track a lot of problems in that back line, but sadly not able to finish up.
Yeah, that fight was really messy. There was, what, 6 ults used in that fight? 7 ults? Because you saw the Blizzard from Hemisphere come out, but Track actually set a TP up behind them so they could all escape it.
Wanted, dead or alive.
And it just devolved into chaos after that. I wasn't really sure what was going on.
It was manic, absolute manic mayhem. Lots of ults used, but Benchwarmers 0 are going to be the ones with the point progressing at the moment. 80% on the cards here. Pangolins though, they're coming in. They try and get a kill, but the freeze beat comes down to keep them alive. And Track and Fossey just doing enough to get the picks. And there's a remake kill as well onto Dragon Wolf.
Yeah, we could see Hemisphere get a really huge off angle onto Zelensky there, but not much his team could do to capitalize off it since they had a beat to just push in with.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty even so far. I mean, Benchwarmers obviously losing that first fight, but with I think their ultimate usage is a little bit better. Benchwarmers.
Yeah, I didn't really see Dragon Wolf use his beat. I don't think he used it at all the entire game, so I think he could have used it to counter a beat, or I think he was probably waiting for a bomb or a big shatter, but none of them really came out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
And Pangolin's going to take that TP, trying to get things there a little bit quicker, and they are going to get to point a little bit faster. But there's a TP coming in for Benchwarmers, and they're going to sneak through. Their Maywall comes up, does get a good split of the team, and now Duelist's going to get cut off by the Maywall. On the flip side, though, from Fossey. Fossey gets taken down by Choanoi. There we go. Third time lucky. Choanoi. But the fight is still very much going on here. Symmetric turrets causing a lot of pain for Pangolins here as they're unable to push in because of them, and Hemisphere gets taken down very quickly here. And now finally the picks are coming in for the side of Benchwarmers and Pangolins. They're just going to have to reset here.
Yeah, we actually saw a really nice Maywall at the start of the fight from Fossey, I believe. Or maybe Hemisphere. And they got the enemy line off that, but I think they were just waiting to cap, playing really patient there. Making push into them onto point.
They're playing very much on the point here are Benchwarmers 0. They don't want to take this choke. They're just going to play close on point. It's going to give a lot of space up to Pangolins here as Pangolins make the rotation around this right hand side. And we're going to be Battle of Rhines, getting very close and personal. The hammer comes down, but it doesn't kind anything. There's a very nice May wall comes down, as with the Blizzard and the Proton Barrier. A lot of ults invested here from Pangolins, but they are going to cap the point.
Yeah, Blizzard and the Symbol, there's not really much you can do about that one. Zelensky went for the shatter, but sadly got blocked, and you can't really just walk out of a May ult, so it was a shame they lost that, but they're coming back with 4 ults. Maybe they could use a window aggressively onto point. Who knows?
Are they going to even have that bomb as well from Papa Knave? They're going to TP up over the top Benchwarmers, then drop down. Really good use of these of the teleporter. The Diva Bomb isn't going to find much, but now they're going to invest the Blizzard. The slam comes down from Duelist, but it's not going to find anything, and the bomb does find Fossey somehow, getting caught up in the corner here. Benchwarmers 0, they're going to be able to push onto point. They're going to get the picks they need, and Poached Egg just needs to get out now, as the May of Hemisphere just going to stall up on point just a little bit longer and get that percentage up to just under 50%.
Yeah, both teams using a good majority of all of their ults here, and you see Choanoi going to the Kree. I think that's just to add a bit more flanking pressure and just more stuns to maybe keep the Diva Orion in check.
So they're going to get a lot of damage in as well with those right clicks up close and personal. So, and there's the Mayo being used, and the slam comes down from Zelensky this time. but it does actually manage to get a few, but because of the blizzard, they're not able to follow up with it, and Choanoi and Hemisphere gonna get the picks, along with Julius. Julius does go down, though, at the end of that fight, and they're gonna have to hold this without a main tank for this first engage.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to keep benchwarmers off from getting the point. They're coming up on the symbol. They could just fall onto point, and there's not really much they can do about it. Maybe beat aggressively, but it really depends what they're up to.
Oh, next, straight up onto Choanoi. Choanoi, the defense matrix comes up for poach sake, but it's not going to be enough to deny Choanoi getting taken down by Fossey there. As they push on now, Benchwarmer Zero, you're going to have Hemisphere taken down on this left-hand side as well, and it's a very, very quick fight from Benchwarmer Zero. And as they take the point now, there's very little time left, and it does look like they are going to finish and cap 100% and win Nepal 2-0.
They look like at the last fight, Pangolins tried to play aggressive out of point, but they just got caught out by the Sim TP. And at that point, you lose your Kree, you don't really have much frontline damage. You can't do anything. You just have to back up, and it's really difficult.
Beautiful. Beautiful ultimate usage there. At the end. The Mei ults coming in from Pangolins, though, just seem to be getting a lot more value than the ones coming in from Benchwarmer Zero.
Yeah, I feel like it's because Pangolins are choosing to use it as they're engaging, like really aggressively. Where Benchwarmers use it as they're more a bit into the fight, to sort of take their pace, slow it down a bit. But I think the aggressive Mei ult is more effective just because of, like, you can set the tempo of the fight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just gonna check something up just very, very quickly. I do think it's okay, but I just need to make sure. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. Just double checking. A hunch of mine, and it was wrong, but always got to follow these things up. We want to make sure that the tournament is fair, and yeah, absolutely perfectly fine. Just making sure that all the players were, of course, as they were supposed to be for both teams. That's what we like to see. And we're going to be going to Hanamura for the next map.
Yeah, Hanamura point A is a pretty difficult point to break into. You usually see a lot of sim TPs or just anything to walk past the choke, really, to avoid walking through it. So I'm excited to see what they're going to put out to attack this.
Ready
I'm
for
going to get to practice my panoramic camera, but the map has weird things on it, which means I can't actually go that way around. I was trying to be clever with the panoramic camera, just backfired as I hit an invisible wall.
In 30 seconds.
Well, it looks like Pangolins are going to go for a sim TP onto point, maybe, just to try and avoid the choke. But they are both running a mirror comp, so just see how it goes. You're just going to end up brawling into each other.
Yeah, this is exactly what we saw on Nepal. The exact same compositions. Obviously, we did see the Choanoi do switch over to the McCree towards the end, but Pangolins going to push up right-hand side. Where are they going to put the TP? That is the question. And they're just going to go straight to point, but that's a huge Mei wall. That is a beautiful Mei wall. Going to stop Pangolins take that down. And now Pangolins completely split in half. 3 on point, 3 coming through choke. But Benchwarmer Zero, they're not able to find anything from it. They finally find Hemisphere, track taking down Hemisphere, and now it's just going to be down to dealing with the Baby Diva in the back line. Baby Diva jumps off. Choanoi going to find Zelensky though, but it's not going to be enough, and Benchwarmers are going to hold that.
Yeah, you could see only 3 of them took the TP, and Benchwarmers had a choice to either push main or push into point. And it looked like Zelensky was a little bit indecisive because he got caught out by the high charge sim, but it looks like he's switched to McCree now.
Yeah, and here they come again. This time with the McCree, they're just going to go straight through choke, and I think that's going to cost them a little bit here, because they have to wait for this Mei wall, try and bait this Mei wall out, and there you go, Duelist already losing that that shield. Have to wait for that to be recharged and before they can push in. But there's the Mei wall. They're going to use it to be able to get through choke point. It's a really good go through there, and that's a huge block coming in from Duelist. But Duelist does lose their life in payment, and now they're getting boxed into this small room with a tank, and they're just getting beamed down here. Poachstake is going to find Fossey though, and a bomb goes right into the back there as Hemisphere with the Blizzard comes through with a few picks. And Pangolins, they looked like they were going to get boxed in and destroyed, but actually managed to fight their way out, and they're coming onto point now.
Yeah, it looked like there was a bit of a miscommunication between the main tank and the rest of his team about where they were going, but they turned it around with a huge male inside there, just to trap benchwarmers inside. But they are coming back on a male themselves, so they might be able to recontest.
They are definitely giving it a good go here, but they're coming in sort of one at a time. They have invested the proton barrier as well. Diva gets taken down, Papanave gets taken down, but there's the Mayo coming in right round the back, and the beat coming down from Dragon Wolf is just going to help keep the team alive, but not enough. And Zelensi with the shatter, just going to seal the deal here as well. Poachstake going to use commit that Diva bomb, but it's only going to find Fossey, and that's a really, really strong recapture there from Benchwarmer Zero.
Yeah, Benchwarmer tend to be using their ults a lot later in the fight, just to elongate the fight and then just close it out quick whenever they decide to. And it looks like it's working well against Pangolins.
60 seconds.
They are coming up in a Shatter and a High Noon, so maybe we could see some flank High Noons. Who knows?
Again, they're using that Mei wall just to get through that choke. It's a really smart usage. They're going to take this rotation, going to go up the high ground and be able to avoid the Mei wall, I think, is what they're trying to do. Trying to avoid Fossey's Mei wall. Going to take a really long rotation here, and it's going to be a really good position to get that Kree up this high ground.
30 seconds remaining.
They're taking their time. They're just making sure both tanks are well ready, and they're going to wait for a few ults as well. And here's the engagement coming down. Slam from the high ground. Finds Zelensi, but down comes the Immortality Field, going to keep things alive. And the window from Abu. Oh my word, it's the 3K from Abu. Beautiful play from the Baptiste player here from Benchwarmer Zero. And it does look like Benchwarmer Zero are going to full hold point A on Hanamura.
Yeah, you could actually see both of the Rhines are struggling to find shatters through each other. Maybe they're trying to use it early, late, who knows. But it looks like Benchwarmer still had a few ults to spare after they full held point. So it looks pretty convincing for Benchwarmers.
Yeah, it was the recapture really that won it for Benchwarmers. I don't know how they managed to do that. 6 on point for Poached. For Pangolins, I will get names not muddled up at some point today, I promise. But I don't know how they were able to fight that, really.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, it looked like they were using the symbol to just really elongate the fight and just take their time. Like, regroup, get all their resources back, recharge abilities, and then go in with a male. It looked like a pretty decent plan.
Looks like it's going to be pretty much the same again from Benchwarmers, but Eagle-Eyed Academy Pangolins are going to switch things up a little bit. They're going to go for the Ash and the Junkrat.
It seems like it might be a good plan, but if Benchwarmers just TP onto point, there's not really much that Ash or Junkrat can do against that. They won't have many good sightlines.
Oh, and that's a beautiful placement of that TP right onto the top of the high ground, onto the top of the building, and that's going to disperse completely the team of Pangolins here, but 3 still on point. DPS players there, and Comet picks in on the back line. Dragon Wolf going to get in close and personal. Hemisphere finding a pick onto track, and Choanoi going to find the Lucio player here, but Papa Nave is going to find the Junkrat, and you know, they're going to have a team of 5, and this could be an opportunity for Benchwarmers, obviously with that spawn advantage.
Yeah, we actually saw Pochegg fly up and boob Zelensky off of the high ground away from his team, which it really helped them just to defend the point with the Junkrat, because there's no big Ryan shield to stop all that damage.
Here we come again, Benchwarmers finding their way around, and they're trying a different teleporter location this time. They're going back on the back right-hand side this time, but the good rotations coming in from Eagle-Eyed Academy Pangolins as they get onto point, but Julius is taking a lot of flack right now. The healing comes in, but it's not going to be enough. Joanoi does find 2 with a Riptire though, as the fight continues. Papanave finds 2. Again, Papanave really showing the power of D.Va, and is going to take the fast route back to spawn, but Eagle-Eyed Pangolins, they are going to be down a few key members of the team for this next fight, or at least the beginnings of it.
Yeah, Pangolins are coming up with a window, so they can maybe use that aggressively. Just to try and keep them off of the point, just as a zone off a whole angle. But they're opting for the same TP.
I mean, taking that rotation is just gifting Hemisphere the high ground, and there you go, finds usage from it. Immediately taken down Zelensky with a headshot. Beautiful play, but Tak is going to find the Lucio, and that is going to tie things up a little bit. Choanoi is going to find Papa Nave though, and Hemisphere and Pochegg are going to find kills here. Very even so far. Track is going to invest the Proton Barrier. Bob invested on point to sort of stagger things out a little bit. Is going to get the kill onto Track as the Sim turret just finds 1 here, and again, just barely do Eagle-Eyed Pangolins hold on to this point.
Yeah, well, we're seeing Benchwarmers having a lot of ults, a huge ult advantage, and there's nothing they really need to use the beat for, so that they could maybe use it to go aggressive, and it looks like they're doing that.
Huge bomb from Papa Nave coming through. Counts 1, but not able to get back onto point, our Pangolins.
Yeah, that Blizzard just zoned off the whole point and made it almost impossible for anyone to touch, and with Bobby being used the fight before, there's no one you could just send to point with no risk.
Let them out.
And yeah, this is an amazing play from Abu. Absolute huge plays there for Benchwarmers, and that was part of their recap. Really well played by Benchwarmers 0 there. Sorry for the scoreboard. I've neglected my job, but it should be up to date now. Will take a while to come through with the highlighted message in there as well. So much in chat as well. Change the scores, a lot of change of scores. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My word, don't forget to change the icons on the score. I do that every time. My configuration there telling me was there for the scrim. Where was it? Yesterday, and I confessed that I was really bad at it. I'm also really bad at managing the camera, as you may be aware. I do my best, and I'm always forever learning, but Bogui, you've done a great job today for your first time casting.
Thank you. It's been pretty easy having you know, carry the play-by-play, but...
Well, that's what a play-by-play caster is for.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's probably one thing I'm better at. Not great at, but better at. But, you know, having this many viewers does put the pressure on, you know. You guys, I want to deliver for you. I want to make it worth playing for you. But, Eagle-Eyed Academy Pangolins looks like they're potentially maybe going in for a substitution potentially for going into the next map. But of course, we are in that break at the moment after 2 maps. It gives a time for the coaches to talk to their team, make some changes, make a few suggestions and things. And so on and so forth. But you know, so we'll give them like 5 or 10 minutes for that. But what are you looking? What do Pangolins need to do to come back into this game?
I think Pangolins just need to take the initiative. They're letting benchwarmers play their game. I haven't seen too many aggressive plays from Pangolins, and when they have done it, they've been often at like the wrong time to play aggressive. So I think they just need to put their foot down, save up a few ults at a fight, and then just go in. Have a plan.
Absolutely, just plan and follow through with the plan. And yes, there's asks for Pogwi's cam, but sadly the camera's not working today, so it's just my cam. I'm sorry that's not good enough for you. You know, I'm no Proxy. I'm sorry. Pogwi, you might not be aware of Proxy, but Proxy is a sex icon from Arena 51 Gaming.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the Overwatch League caster, but I guess Proxy can be the sex icon. Well, you could always be the second best sex icon.
No. It's Jay. We all know Jay Willis is the true sex icon. Don't worry. So many messages in chat. I can't follow this. It's unbelievable to see the lots of highlighted messages as well. Hi Hella. And lots of like buy Yonk Attack merch. I got a t-shirt. It's really nice from Maddie as well. Casters were very poggers. Thank you very much, Toffee.
Thank you, Toffee.
I mean, there's a lot of chat about merch in chat. Is that because I've said too many? This many viewers plus a smudge. Obviously, it's obviously a cat watching equals most pressure. Yeah, I mean, gotta perform for the cats, you know. Smudge, you know, I'm a big fan of Smudge. But this break does give us a chance to catch up with the chat a little bit, and it is nice to have this a bit of engagement with you and catch up with all the follows we've had. Absolute mad amounts of followers today. Loads. You got Jewelers coming in, Sneaky Turtle 1, Mikey's, Captain Farash, Azix 1, Duran NL, Are You Authorized, Toffee OW, Snatcher OW, Zypher 247. Thank you all so much for the follows, and now I'll go back the other way. Ibu, Dragon Wolf, Sniper Knight, Hosama, Brecken 1998, Human 101, Dega Banis, and Barry McCockney. I can guarantee that I've butchered like half of those, and I apologise. But if we spend like the hours it would take me to try and pronounce those to get those right, we'd be here a long time. But thank you all for the follows for the stream. It's great to see you, and we're only 2 off 800. That would be insane. Jay Willis, second sex icon. There we go. Poached egg is a goat. I'm assuming that is actually go greatest of all time and not an actual goat. How rude. But right, Pogwi.
Yep.
Are we ready for the next round of games? The next round?
Yeah, I think we are. I'm pretty sure the coaches would have been giving some tips, telling them some of their weaknesses, some of their strengths. and hopefully we can see some better team coordination.
I've just messaged the admin to say that the cast is ready for when the teams are, and as soon as everyone is ready, we'll be underway with the next match. Ninjesus, thank you for the follow. You followed at the right time. I'm right here. Come on, pangolins! I believe there's a lot of pangolins in chat. The comeback adds up asking for that that comeback there. Anyway, it's hard to follow all the chat, but looks like the teams are ready, and we have gone to map number 3. Of course, pangolins pick as well. They had pick for Hanamura. They have pick again, having lost Hanamura, and they've chosen to go for one of the most famous maps in Overwatch.
Well, it's King's Row. Everyone likes King's Row, you know? Brawl map, you can play whatever. Sometimes not even Brawl, but both these teams look like they're most comfortable on Brawl. So, this will be the decider.
It'll be a decider if Pangolins can take this to a game 4. It'll be the first match in Ram Arena to get to a game 4 if they do find a win on this map. It is their pick here, but Benchwarmer Zero are going to come out with the same comp yet again.
Yeah, they like to be running the sim. Maybe they can't get a good Kree going, because I think, I mean, in my opinion, Kree is just better because you have more range damage. You got the stun. Sure, with sim you can charge up your beam, but sim's pretty fragile. You know, you can just sort of run her over. You sort of have to respect Kree a bit more.
Yeah, I think they're just playing more to their strength. They have been playing the composition a bit. You see that they've made a few switches here. Duelist going onto the Mei, onto that DPS slot, and Joe Annoy taking that Rhine position here. But Joe Annoy gets taken down and Duelist taken down, so those switches not quite paid off just yet.
Yeah, we can see Benchwarmer was taking a really aggressive position on Statue here. Or I think they're just looking to catch Pangolins off guard. Maybe? Who knows? I think it also might be because of the sim. Just for the turret so you can beam them down as they're walking across.
They're going to take the rotation through Hotel here. Pangolins. They managed not to get split up, and the slam comes down. The block comes out, but it doesn't block everybody. Some things come down, but no one gets picked off in the end. They do get Duelist onto the point here. Track, though, going to take down Choanoy, and that's going to be pretty much the end of the push here for Eagle-Eyed Academy. Pangolins, as they get pushed all the way back to their spawn. Poached Egg running straight into the team, trying to die as quick as possible.
Yeah, really good focus fire from Benchwarmers there to kill Choanoy through the window, through their amped healing. They're looking up with a sim wall in the window of themselves. And the Mayo as well.
Yeah, they've got a lot of ultimates coming online here. Benchwarmers. It's probably going to be a dry push here, I'd imagine, from Eagle-Eyed Academy Pangolins. They're just going to try and force out as many of these ults as they can. Down comes the window, and there goes Choanoy, and Eagle-Eyed Academy Pangolins trying to get out, but that's a beautiful Maywall. And actually, the Reinhardt actually going to boot the Kree over the wall there, and it's actually going to help the Kree try and get out, but they do chase down and take down Hemisphere.
Yeah, they only managed to use they managed to get 1-0 out, so not too bad in terms of a dry push. They're still at an old disadvantage, but they can bring this fight back.
I'm just waiting for Pangolins here to get ready for the next push. They have got a few ultimates in the bank now. They have that Mayo, and they've been very good with that Mayo so far. And the Papanave trying to eat that, and does get the eat. It's a huge eat from Papanave. They knew the Mayo was coming, and they did grab that for breakfast here, and Track does take down Dragon Wolf, and now Pangolins, no idea what to do without their Mayo, and end up going back to spawn.
Yeah, we actually saw Papernave's bomb go through the TP onto high ground, which I thought was pretty interesting. But we're coming out with both shatters for both Ryan. A Mayo for Benchwarmers. Almost a beat for both teams, almost a window for both teams. almost around 5 or 6 ults for each team, so it's going to be pretty chaotic fight.
Going to be a very big night. Yeah, both only the Mei ult from Duelist and the D.Va ult from Pepinade were used in the previous fight, but it was a very outstanding fight, and it's all about whether Choanoi can find the delivery here. But there's the TP shatters, absolutely monstrous from Benchwarmers coming, sending Zenetsi through there to shatter from behind. It's an absolutely beautiful play, well rehearsed from Benchwarmers 0.
Yeah, it looked like they acted really quick. Well, they didn't manage to get much follow-up off the initial shatter, but it just put a dent in all of their resources. They had to use a lamp, or the healing. They just had to take a slow fight and just win off that. Looking like last fight territory, someone can touch.
They do manage to get the Tracer onto point from Hemisphere. Duelist gets taken down early, and the Mayo comes down, coming down, and track with the Protonic Barrier, and that's just going to be it.
I'm not sure whether it's the fault of supports on Pangolins or just the focus fire on Benchwarmers, but the Pangolins Ryan is just getting melted over and over again, and there doesn't seem like much you can do about it. He walks out, he gets burned even in front of his own window.
That's unbelievable damage coming in from Benchwarmers 0. Very, very strong performance from them at the moment.
Well, that's what you get when you run a sim over a Kree, I guess. With the Kree you can have some more consistent damage, but sim can really just burn a Ryan down, and you have to really respect it when she's full charge.
Ready for battle.
And it is going to be, obviously, Pangolin's turn to attack, and I have actually remembered to flip the icons around this time.
Attackers
You know,
incoming in
celebrate the
30
small
seconds.
wins. But they need a full hold here, Pangolins, to take this to a map 3.
Yes, looking like it's going to be pretty tough for Pangolins to hold on to this. And see if they are going to actually hold these little fences here. Really aggressive hold. Could maybe give them 2 fights if they fail.
Attackers incoming. Defend.
Yeah, they're going to run a cheeky strategy here. They got the Bastion, they got the Sim, and we know exactly where that's going. Straight onto the top of the statue. The Pote coming in with a DM as DM there. Not going to be able to take down the Bastion, but Pangolins, they make the movements they need to, but Track finds Poached Egg, and without the D.Va to eat the damage from the Bastion, there's too much damage, and that's going to be the end of Pangolins. Absolutely astounding performance by Benchwarmers.
Yeah, it really looked like
plays.
Benchwarmers trapped Pangolins just in a corner with their Bastion. Just stuck in that corner. Not much they can do, because they don't have enough damage. They can't really dive the Bastion without a D.Va.
And this is just it. The damage from the Symmetra is just so strong. So much value from the track Symmetra. Beautiful play from Benchwarmers, and really well rounded team performance from them.
Yeah, I think they just had a bit more coordination, and that was just the edge they had over Pangolins there. Just all that focus fire, all being on the same page.
Yeah, they looked like it was just one player there playing 6 heroes at once. It was that coordinated from Benchwarmers. They're playing so well as a team, like a whole new levels here, and I wouldn't be surprised as after this scrim that Benchwarmers wouldn't be the favourites to win Ram Arena outright after that performance, because I've seen Pangolins play. I know they're a good team, and to see them get absolutely derailed today by Benchwarmers is just goes to show how strong this team really is, and it's just an oiled machine.
Yeah, and one thing to show about a good team is how well they can disengage, and Benchwarmers 0 were doing that really well on the Hanamura. Using the symbol to just store the point disengage and then re-engage with their ults. They had looking like they had really good plans for the fights.
Unbelievable. Let me update the score. I need to remember to do that. But the match is already over. It's over in half an hour. That's just unprecedented.
Yeah, really convincing for bench warmers.
Anyway, we'll be going for some post-match interviews as well from both teams, and I do want to speak to someone from Pangolins first and see how they felt after that. They've definitely got a lot of VODs to look at now, to work on and develop, ready for their next game. Because don't forget, Pangolins, they're not out of the tournament, having lost this game. They're going to be in the losers bracket, but they're going to be up against Pal Punto, who also struggled in their first game against Sigma JPC squad. So they've got a chance still in that game against Pal Punto. I'll be looking forward to see what becomes of that game, and we will see that in a week's time.
Yeah, well, I mean, being in the loser bracket isn't always a bad thing. It could mean you go up against some easier teams, build some synergy while you're going through the tournament, through the lower bracket, to just rise and win the final match.
Exactly. Let me just update the bracket with the score so we can see what the bracket's looking like. As we update the bracket with the new standings after this game. Of course, let's jump to the bracket view. If I remember to make the switch over to the bracket view. There we go. As you can see, and I'm sorry, I'm only coming out of one ear. I apologize for this scene, but I'll make it quick. As you can see, Benchwarmers 0 with that win, gonna progress up to round 3, and they're gonna be playing the winners of Exiled Knight versus Hyonk Attack, the first game tomorrow. So definitely one to watch, especially if you're Exiled Knights fan, Hyonk Attack fan, Benchwarmers 0 fan would be interested in that game too. And that's going to be a big game. And then on the other side of the winners bracket, you've got Platback versus Sigma JPC squad, Fire versus Ram 1, obviously. But in the losers bracket, you can see Eagle Eye Academy Pangolins are still in the tournament. They'll be up against Pal Punto. Of course, losers round 1 games will be taking place a week from now, and we look forward to seeing those games play out as teams who have already lost a game fighting for survival. It's going to be very exciting to watch.
Well, I haven't really seen any of the games, but I've heard good things about Platback.
Heard good things about Platback. Well, I will be honest. Platback, you know, they were second seed coming into this, pretty strong tournament. But Platback, they've had a bit of a roster change since signing up to the tournament. Had to switch a couple of players here and there as some of their crucial players now not available for Overwatch at the time being. But they're still a little bit, you know, getting used to each other, and the other teams you got to look out for, though, I've never seen Exiled Knights, so I'm really excited to see how they perform tomorrow. And also, Fire versus Ram 1, I think, is going to be an astounding game to watch on Sunday. That's going to be a really exciting one. All right.
Yeah, I think if they're both well in a winning bracket, it should be pretty exciting games.
Yeah, the winners bracket games are going to be insane. It's going to be interesting. You could see a team from the losers bracket go all the way through the losers bracket and actually get to the final, of course. And those kinds of games are going to be great to watch and listen to. So definitely make sure you're there for those. Anyway, we're just waiting for some post-match interviews to get ready. And then we should be good to go. Bench room 0. Just ask for those to join in chat, but should be able to get them in for a post match as well, because it would be nice to hear what the two teams have to say and what things go at Hemisphere.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see each other's perspectives on how they were playing and
All
how
right,
the enemy team were playing as well.
let's speak to the losing team first. Let's speak to Pangolins and Hemisphere. Hello, Hemisphere. Commiserations.
Hello.
Commiserations on the loss that Benchwarmers have just served you, but you definitely have some moments in that game to hold on to that you played. You know, you won the first fight of the game. That's got to give you a bit of confidence.
No, definitely. I think Benchwarmers did very well. We have a lot to learn from them. And I think our team did pretty well under our circumstances, and I think we can only improve from here.
We noticed you switching your main tank out for that third game. Obviously, you switched your Choanoi with was it Duelist?
Yeah. So Duelist was filling for us for main tank. Because we do have a main core, which is pretty much Poach, myself, Apri, and Dragonwolf. And we have quite a few fillers for the two other roles. Because our current player can't play at the moment for DPS, and we don't have a main tank at the moment. So we're kind of switching between players just to see what works better. So we gave Choi a chance, took Duelist off because he can also play a pretty decent projectile. So we gave it a chance. It obviously, there's a lot to work around, but I think once we get our core team, we'll do a lot better. So we can build that synergy, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, you obviously won't be on the Friday match every week. It will, like, as best possible, teams will take it in turns on different slots and everything. I will be trying to make sure it's spread out, don't worry. So it's not one-sided or anything, but we will see how things go going forward. But you're in the losers bracket against Palpuntu, who also had a really hard game against Sigma JPC squad. How are you looking or going to prepare for that game?
Now, I think we're definitely gonna go back to our basics, focus on a bit more comp, so we're a bit more versatile, and as well just build that synergy. We do have now a good idea what our fillers will be. We will have a bit of time to prepare for that, and I think we can give you guys a good show.
Yeah, it was a exciting game to watch today. Absolutely, you had some really big males as well, massive.
Thank you.
Unfortunate that one got eaten on King's Row.
Definitely.
But
I think there was also one that got shut down on Hanamura. So good play to Benchwarmers.
Oh yeah, how did, like, I was for sure that you capped point A on Hanamura, but then Benchwarmers just came back and you hadn't even got a tick. I don't even know how they managed that, honestly.
No, I definitely give them props there. They did really do well, just, you know, slowly pushing one at a time, stalling the point, and then getting the team group together to take the point. Bit more focus fire on our team would have been a lot better, but we definitely will work on it.
Absolutely. Anyway, best of luck with the rest of the tournament. We will see you again. I'm 100% certain of that. And good luck to you against your match next week against Palpunto.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Papa Nave, welcome.
Hiya.
Congratulations, a great performance from you guys.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we came out swinging.
That you did. You may have lost the first fight, but you fought back with a vengeance.
Yeah, it felt like a little bit like a kind of warm-up thing. Like we hadn't quite got into the mindset. This is actually our first, like, as the current roster of this team, this is our first kind of tournament game, so it's quite hyped, you know. But yeah, it's Eagle Eye Academy Pangolins like played well. Considering the circumstances, they've had like subs and stuff, so it's a really fun game to start off with.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been in contact with Froopy, with regards to your lineup.
Froppy, yeah.
Froppy, with your lineup changes from time to time. So, you know, obviously, you know, you're perfectly within the rules. Still keeping players below 22.8k, and that's, you know. But obviously, I'm aware of that. You know, you're making changes to your roster, but it doesn't look like you came in to this game as like with any sort of new players on side. You came in and you looked so coordinated and synergized as a team. It was really something to watch.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been working really hard in scrims. We've had like kind of this core for a little while now. Like we've had to switch DPS out recently, but luckily we had a sub that was ready to like kind of step up. So we still already had some pre-existing synergy and stuff like that. So, and we're just, yeah, overall very happy with our first tournament match with this roster.
Speaking of, that player was Track, if I'm correct.
Track, yeah.
And they absolutely carried on the Symmetra today. Oh my word, so much damage coming out.
Yeah, I mean that's a shout out from one of our coaches, our head coach BG, who was like, guys, the Sim Cree, it's gonna pop at this elo, and he was right apparently. So yeah, it was over the last few days when we got Track in, and we're like, well, we know he can play the Sim well. It was kind of a no-brainer.
Really was a no-brainer. It really came out strong, and you'll be looking forward to facing your next opponent. So be Hyonk Attack or Exiled Knights. Obviously that game, the earlier game tomorrow at 5 o'clock CEST. Will you be watching that one with a close eye?
I will definitely be watching that very closely. I did see Hyonk Attack's last game, and they did look quite strong. They had some good strats going in. They look quite coordinated. So if Exiled Knights is anything like that as well, it's going to be some formidable opponents either way.
Exiled Knights being about 50 to 60 SR higher than Platpack, and the rest of you in that range of seeds between 2nd and 6th seed. I think there's like 50 SR or something on average
very
SR,
close.
So it's very close between those teams. Yeah, you guys have come in today. You set a high bar for yourselves going forward, and I think the next team that you play, whether it's Hyonk Attack or Exiled Knights, are gonna have to treat you with respect after today, because Pangolins, they're no pushovers. They are a strong team, and they had strong performance today, especially at parts of Hanamura and parts of Nepal. And
yes,
I do think the scoreboard,
it doesn't really reflect how close a lot of those fights actually were. They did put up a good fight, especially in the circumstances. So,
but yeah, my point saying, you guys coming in and showing this aggression and strength and team coordination against the team that is as strong as Pangolins is definitely caught people's attention, I can assure you.
Well, I just hope we can keep it up.
Absolutely. Keep it up like that, and you'll probably make the finals. I look forward to seeing you there.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you very much for coming on for a post-match interview.
No worries. Take care.
See you soon. Pogwi, any last words before we let these lovely viewers get on with the rest of their evening?
Make sure you watch the other games whenever they are. That's about it. Subscribe to Arena 51 Gaming. Make sure you follow as well.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Thank you for the free advertisement there. I did not pay him to say that. I promise you. But honestly, thank you so much for the support in chat, and yeah, we're really looking forward to tomorrow's games. 2 games, doubleheader tomorrow. Don't miss it. See you soon.
I'm going in. When the lights go down, I've seen hell in you, but you don't care, no, you don't care, no. You just rather watch me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. I'm going in. You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Got it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. And now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring will tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all.